It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
We're talking love on the podcast today. Thanks for tuning in to the Sean Widmer Podcast. We're going to talk with one of my good friends, Kirsten, Curdy Bear on Twitch. One of my favorite coworkers of all time and a good friend, someone I really like. And she has a great love story that I wanted to share because I love happiness, and I also am a believer in the internet, and I'm also a believer in if you have a passion and you think like, well, I would love to meet someone who has the same passions as me. I think everyone can do that. And she's just got it's a great story. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite things I saw over the week. So we're going to talk to Kirsten here in just a second. And after Kirsten, I've got a couple things to share because I had a realization tonight on a family walk, and I need to get some thoughts off my chest. Parents, you want to tune in. Stay tuned after Kirsten. Parents, families, non-families. I've got something important to share with you. But first, let's hear from Kirsten. Oh, Kirsten, I'm so excited to talk to you. Hi.
Hello.
Curdy Bear, that's your internet name. I feel like that's your internet name, right?
Yeah, that's my username on like everything.
Love it. Find her on twitch.tv, twitch.tv/Curdy. Kirsten, one of my favorite coworkers of all time. It's good to see your face. And I'm so excited because we get to say congratulations. You got engaged this last week and you're beaming.
I sure did.
Congratulations.
I did. Thank you.
I was talking to Brandon about it, and we were like, this is our favorite of the people we know, of our friends. This is our favorite love story. It's the best.
Why?
Well, let's take it back. Let's throw it back, Kirsten. We were working together. This would have been mid-2010s, 2015, 2016. And we are doing the awesome job in radio of sitting in parking lots for car dealerships and gas
watching
stations.
Twitch.
You and I, with the phone out, watching Twitch underneath the Coyote Country tent, just praying that no one came up to say hi to us.
Yep, sounds about right.
And I will say this: it took us a while to realize we both had this similar interest. So we spent probably a good 6 months just sitting there pretending like we wanted to talk to each other, which was miserable. Before we realized we both loved watching video games online, and then we were like, oh. We can watch Twitch together.
That's what we can do for an hour and a half. How long were they again?
3 hours, Kirsten.
Oh, I can't believe that. That's crazy.
I remember we would sit there, and after about the hour and a half mark, it's like, we're still here for another hour and a half.
Yeah, it's way too much. It's too much.
And we're just
too boring.
But we found the love for Twitch together, and I feel like we watched a lot of it, and it was great. And you were... because I love this story. You were into, at the time, watching Overwatch?
Yes, I was an Overwatch. It was around the time I basically just got my computer. And so my friends convinced me to start playing Overwatch. So I got really into Overwatch.
Okay. So you got into Overwatch, and you would like, I was so intrigued in it because you'd watch Overwatch leagues. So
yes.
I don't know how that worked, but I was always so excited. I'm like, Kirsten, get me caught up. What's the Overwatch League drama? Who are we cheering for? And you would try to explain it to me, and I never really understood it, but it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It kind of fell off, but like the first couple seasons were really fun to watch.
Yeah, I think it's fun. And I like sports.
And now it's not there anymore. It's been done and gone now.
Wait, Overwatch leagues are gone?
Yeah.
What are the leagues now?
I don't know. I don't know what they do anymore. I haven't watched in a long time because they canceled Overwatch League. So
well, you and I both. I mean, I haven't watched it unless you or Dalton, your brother, are on it. I have not watched as much Twitch as I used to. I used to watch it more than any other, like streaming service, YouTube, anything. I watch Twitch more than anything. I know you still watch. What's like the thing right now?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch it up until this year when Dalton started doing the GTA role play.
Yes.
And then I got back into it because there's a lot of big streamers that play on the server that he's on. And so one of them is Penta. I don't know if you've heard of him, but
No.
I watch him way too often now. So I'm back on my Twitch viewer game.
Has he ran into Dalton's character at all?
Yep. Actually, one of his characters named Jimmy, it's like a 14-year-old child that gets into a lot of trouble, is Dalton's character Larry is his pseudo dad. So when he plays Jimmy, he hangs out with him a lot.
That is hilarious.
But also when he's on Larry, and Penta's main character is Wrangler, who is a sheriff in the Los Santos, and Larry obviously gets into trouble all the time, so he runs into Wrangler a lot on that character as well. But yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's a wild world, and one that I don't have time I just don't have time to describe it right now because I'm more excited about this, Kirsten. We're working an event, and I always I'm a prior. I like to know all the tea on my coworkers, and I always needed to know who you were talking to, who you were chatting with, because we're sitting in a parking lot for 3 hours. So I drive you crazy with it. I'm like, are you dating anyone? I ask that all the time. And you would get so annoyed by it until finally one day you're like, I am talking to somebody. And I was like, wait, this is great. A new twist, a new wrinkle. How in the world did you stumble upon your now fiance?
So I was basically just searching through Twitch streams of people that streamed Overwatch. I was looking for people that had face cams because I hate watching people that don't use their face cam. It's boring. And I saw him and he was cute. So then I kept watching his stream and I kept talking in his chat. And then I finally DM'd him.
I mean,
and then I went from there.
It's a great, like 2010s and beyond story. And like
it is
the story of for people who are out there who are like, how do you meet people? It's really so many ways now. Where like you think about our parents and stuff, and there was not a lot of ways. Now there's so many ways to meet people, and if you have an interest in something, you have a way to meet people who have the same interest as you. The fact you're just searching Overwatch streams, that's it.
I know.
And see a cutie pants.
It's kind of crazy.
I'll be the first to admit it. Gingy TV he's a hot one. All right, he's a hot boy.
So true.
And the fact you see Gingy TV, you stumble upon his stream. He couldn't have had more than 50 viewers at the time.
Probably less than that. Maybe like under 15. I know he got a few back then, but it wasn't very many.
So you're like an OG Gingy TV viewer, and you slide into his DMs, and then I just remember hearing the story, and I remember in the back of my brain thinking, I don't know what Kirsten's doing here, but I'm here for the stories. And then you're like, oh, he's coming out to Spokane to meet me, or you were flying.
That was crazy. Do you remember that?
Yes, very much. Because I'm like, oh no, like I'm kind of protective. Like Dalton and I have you under our wings. Dalton is your real brother. I was like your fake work brother. So it's like, I'm like, Dalton, are we cool with all this? He's like, I think so. But like, if we, need to jump a guy, we'll jump a guy. And then it was great. And he was like the
But
dude.
It happened when I was hanging out with you guys. And you guys knew the secret, but I didn't know it. Do you remember that?
No.
It was like we were at some like jewelry store.
Yes.
Like it was like Valentine's Day. And
That's right.
there was some shenanigans happening at some jewelry store. I don't know if that's where you got Anna's ring, but
I think it was.
And then yeah, it was such a surprise because I came back and he was at my house and I was like, what the heck? This is like a month after we met in person.
That is right, because we went to Jewelry Design Center. You, Anna, and I had to get all dressed up, something I don't do. You and Anna got all dolled up. And we went to this weird like jewelry event. It was weird, but it was fun. Like whatever.
Yeah, what was that? I can't even remember.
But that's right.
There was like hors d'oeuvres and people walking around with drinks and like food.
Yeah, they're like, here's a bunch of food. Here's a bunch of $5 food. Would you like to spend $10,000 on a ring? And we're like,
yeah, that was so weird.
We would love to. But I remember they were
like, you guys weren't engaged at that point, were you?
I don't think
that was in 2019.
We were engaged.
Okay.
And maybe just married. Because I feel like you started talking to Gingy right around, which is not his real name. Adam's his real name. Shout out Adam. I feel like you guys started talking right around when Anna and I started talking. It was pretty close.
Yeah.
Maybe like 6 months later.
Well, yeah.
I think. We worked
that
together
seems
for a
right.
little while, and whatever.
Yeah.
We just talked about all our problems. We just talked about all our boy and girl problems to each other, and just were like, this is a mess. But that's right. We had to get you out of your house so that he could arrive. So we invite you to this wild jewelry
That was so
event
weird.
so that he can get to your house and be there for you, waiting with open arms.
Yeah.
And then the rest was history. Like, he's cool. He's legit. We met him. He was awesome. And then all of a sudden you're explaining to us, I'm leaving. I'm moving from this area.
Moving to the East Coast.
Going out east. And we're like, you're crazy. And you're like, there's a job out there and there's a boy out there. And we're like, okay, hopefully one of them works out. And they all like work out. And then you're like, you guys moved together like along the East Coast, up and down the East Coast. And now you're engaged.
Yep. Lived in Pennsylvania and then lived in Florida. And now we live in Virginia. Yep.
It's
crazy.
Awesome. It's one of my favorite. I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's very, for anyone out there right now, like, it's that good story of, you really can, if you have an interest, you can meet someone with an interest you have in so many ways. And I just think that's super cool, because I think the internet gets dumped on a lot as being just toxic and trashy. And I know a lot of it is, that too, but there's a lot of it that's so great and wholesome and really wonderful.
It's true.
So,
Can also be creepy though, so just be careful out there, fellas and females.
Fellas and females, be careful. You heard it here first. Well, I'm excited for you guys. When are you guys getting married?
I don't know.
Okay, but it's on the way. We're on the way.
I have no idea.
There's no rush.
I'm overwhelmed and stressed. I don't know how people do it.
Yeah. What does mom think about this? She's got to be hyped.
She's so excited. She wants to plan the whole thing.
Well, your mom would be
Which is
great
fine.
at it. Yeah, your mom would be great at it.
I know. And it's funny because Adam's brother just got engaged 2 months ago too.
No way.
Yeah.
Did they get a buy one get one free deal on the rings? Is that why?
Maybe. Who knows?
For the YouTube people, hold the ring up to the camera. Everyone wants to see. I've seen it on.
Hold on, I might have to turn this off. It's a bit too bright.
Woo, girl. Okay, I see it. Now let's go.
It's not.
Let's go, Gingy.
My webcam sucks.
Well, it looks great.
But it's,
well done, Gingy.
It's like an oval stone with 3 diamonds on each side of it.
It's
in a gold band.
Well done, Adam. Well done. Now, the other thing, I
love
dying. Let me cough my lungs out. The other thing, Adam's got you into golf.
I wouldn't say I'm into it, but he has me trying it.
You are posting pictures of you on the golf course with a girly golf bag and stuff.
Yeah, and he also bought me a golf lesson last week.
Well, I feel like when Adam gets locked into something, he's locked in.
It's exactly right. Yep.
So I know he was into working out.
Yep.
And I remember I had seen him on stream. We had done a game night or something, and he looked like normal Adam. And then maybe 3-4 months later, we did another something on the stream. And I was like, wait, what is going on? Is he on steroids? And you were like, no, remember that? And you were like, he's working out every single day. And I was like, of course he is. Because once Adam starts doing something, he just dives all the way into it. So then he gets into buff man mode, and now he's just the strong boy. And then I see him the next time we stream, and he's got some weird golf simulator device in his hands with goggles on. And I'm like, what is Adam doing right now? You're like,
VR golf.
He's VR golfing right behind me. And I was like, well, of course he freaking is. And he's going to be great at it because now he's dedicated to that. So that's his next little venture. And now he's got you involved in it, of course, which is great.
Golf is his hyperfixation at the moment. And then he also got back into skateboarding a little bit, but then he broke his foot. So.
Oh, I love that. Dalton and your brother and I went skateboarding for a while, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
And he would skateboard on this board we had for free at the radio station from Mountain Dew that was made of paper. And I kept thinking Dalton, you're going to die on that. You're going to die on that. He didn't, but boy, he tried. Boy, I'm
surprised.
He really
broke
really
a lot
tried.
of bones as a child.
Yeah, I could see that. All right, Kirsten.
Too many.
Before we part ways, I wanted to ask you this because you're an East Coaster now, and I'm an East Coaster now. In terms of time, Eastern Standard Time, your wild shirt that you're wearing right now, which looks like it's straight from hell, in a good way, right? Is what band?
Sleep Token.
Sleep Token. And what are they? They're metal rock?
They're progressive metal. They have a lot of like slower ballad songs too, so they're not fully like scream in your face type metal.
You post some videos of you at concerts that make me scared.
What?
Yeah, I mean the guy gets scared. So I'm
Why?
assuming this might be them. But you were texting and I was like, when are you available to talk tonight? You're like, I have to stay up till midnight because their album comes out Friday. So midnight. I miss the West Coast for this because we would get those albums at 9 p.m.
I know. That does kind of suck.
And it was
But it's also like, I don't know. It can be kind of fun though, like being like, ooh, I get to stay up for something. Like, I don't know.
Tap into being a
It can be
kid.
kind of fun.
Tap into being a kid again, where you're like excited about staying up late. No, that's good. That's a good point. I know with video games, it stinks because I can stay up until midnight, and then as soon as I start playing the game, I'm sound asleep. I'm so tired.
Yeah, that's true.
We're on West Coast. You start at 9. You can at least play for a while. But now I'm like, midnight. I get access to it, and I'm dead tired. So I do.
There's also some perks though. Like we get like the new year faster than everyone else, so that's kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you, yeah, that's true. That is true. Are there any other ones? Give me some good other ones. I need some good reasons to like the East Coast because a lot of my stuff, sports wise, I'm up till 1 o'clock every night watching sports because it starts.
I did not like
late.
waking up at 10 a.m. for NFL games. I'm sorry.
Okay, Kirsten,
I couldn't do that.
I'm turning on that. I used to think that was the way. I love it out here. I love 1 o'clock kickoff for football.
The 10 a.m. is great. Like you haven't even had your coffee yet, and you're like, oh, I have to watch a football game.
Yeah.
Some people like that, but not me.
No, I'm with you. I'm kind of coming around to that. So there you go. All right. Well, Kirsten, I'm so excited for you guys. I love your fiance.
Thank you.
We love you guys here at the Widmer house. And so when
are you going to come to the wedding?
If we're invited, or is it going to be in Virginia?
You're invited.
I feel like that's so close.
It's going to be in Pennsylvania.
I feel like that's still close. Yeah.
It is. It's very close.
Count us in. We'll get a babysitter and count us in. We need adventures away. So we'll be in.
Love it.
And I need
perfect.
I need
and
to
then
see
you can see my brother again.
I need to see. I was like, that's a hard thing. I want to see you. Blah blah blah. I'm really excited to see your brother as well.
I know.
And
it's going to be a reunion.
Yeah, I'm excited to squeeze Gingy TV's arms. They're
of
so
course,
strong.
Yeah, his muscles.
He's so strong. So I'm excited about it. I really am. Let's do a Jackbox night again soon.
Oh my God, please. Everyone I know hates Jackbox besides you.
What?
I cannot convince them to play it.
I thought we had so much fun that night.
I know, but it's only because it was my birthday. And so that's the only reason they played it.
I can't.
Isn't that so sad?
Yeah, because I know that a lot of those people you guys play, every now and then you'll get on World of Warcraft and do like guild stuff. But I can't believe there's that much laughter in a raid. Because we were laughing pretty hard.
Yeah, no, Jackbox is great. Everyone hates it. I don't get it.
I don't either. We had so much fun. Well, I think maybe I'll get in that. I don't know whose Discord server that is to start. Who started that server?
Carl.
I'll get in.
You're talking about the World of Warcraft one?
The server that we all talked in and then it like blew up all of a sudden. Like now there's so many people in it. I'm
I know. Yeah.
But
we don't hang out in there that much anymore because
yeah, I used to be able to get onto this Discord server and I knew it was Dalton, Carl, Curdy, Josh. I think was in there. And that was it.
Yep.
So I could jump in, chat a little bit, and disappear. Now it's all these people I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm sorry.
But
I hate it.
I'll get in there and I'll maybe mix it up and be like, we're doing a Jackbox night, whether you guys like it or not.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
I'll set a date and I'll make Gingy TV show up and we'll do it. All right, Kirsten, you're the best. Thank you so much. Are you streaming tonight?
I am. I'm streaming a little listening party for this album.
I love it. I mean,
for anyone that likes sleep. Nope. This will be posted later.
Yeah, but will you have the VOD? Or can you not VOD with it being music?
Yes, but I do for... Oh, no, it'll be muted.
Yeah,
so it won't be posted.
So if you put the VOD up, if people want to go watch you lip sync or like just like whatever that would be, you want to lip read.
You can guess when I start the album and then you can sync it up to my muted VOD.
That's what it is. And you can see like facial reactions to the new Sleep Token album. Go check it out. All right, Kirsten, you're the best. Thank you.
Of course.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Kirsten. And thank you to everyone who put up with me just coughing through that interview. What in the world? My voice is just not working with this cough. I've got my water now. Should have had it when I was talking to her. Didn't. And it tastes so good. Oh, it tastes so good. So I wanted to share a little story about tonight, a Thursday night that I'm recording this. We went on a little family walk, and we get the kids in there. They've got Power Wheels because they're spoiled. They've got some Power Wheels, and we just walk up the street in these Power Wheels, and then Woods gets in the stroller, and we just take the squad up the street, around the corner, and that sounds like an insult. What was that? What's that one? Up your butt and around the corner? Nah, but that's not what you came here for, but that's a great insult. Anyways, we go up the street and around the corner, and then we come back. We go back to the house. So that's the route. Really, you didn't need to know that, but now you do. If you ever need to create a great walking route, just go up the street and around the corner and then back. It's great. So we're going on this walk, and a lot happened in it that made me question some stuff, because this is kind of a memo. There's a memo that needs to go out to parents who get on Instagram, get on Facebook, and they put these motivational quotes like family, the best thing of all time, raising children, the greatest work a person could ever have. And they get on there and they just rant and rave about how they're parents and they're the greatest, and being a parent is the greatest thing that's ever happened in the history of the world. And they just stick it in your face. I just want to talk to those people for a second, because I have 3 kids. I love them to death. They're the best thing in the world. I already can't wait to see them in the morning, even though we had a whole day with them of them not listening to me and them hitting each other, hitting me, hitting everyone, crying, screaming, all that good, fun kid stuff that is wonderful. I'm already excited to see him in the morning. But as I'm walking tonight, I walk by Brandon's house. Brandon lives a couple of houses down. And you know what Brandon's doing? Brandon is in his garage with his feet up on a little chair, on a little footstool. He's on his chair, leaned back. He's got a TV hanging on his wall in his garage. We'll see he and his wife hanging out in there from time to time, but he was just in there tonight, just watching A Handmaid's Tale. Just chilling, drink in his hand. The dog's running around by his feet. He's got his garage all nice and clean. His yard is always perfect. He's always got buddies over to watch football and hang out. You know what Brandon doesn't have? Kids. He doesn't have kids. And he's really happy. And like I said, on a Thursday night, he just got to kick his feet up and watch Handmaid's Tale in his garage. While I was telling my children over and over and over and over and over again, please stay off the grass. Please stay off the grass. Please stay off the grass. They're looking me in the eyes. I know they're hearing this, and then 4 seconds later, they're in someone's grass. And it's just over and over. Wears you out, because they don't listen to you. They don't care to listen to you. And I walk back by Brandon's house, and he raises his glass, and he's like, hey, man. And it's just him watching TV in his garage. And I think to these people on Facebook and Instagram, shut up. Shut up. Is it great to be a parent? Absolutely. It's one of the great joys of my life. I love it so much. But don't get on there and act like it's the only thing in the world, because Brandon's proven you wrong. He's over there with his feet up, just chilling, waiting for the next day where his buddies come over and they get to stay up and play poker all night in his basement because he's got nothing else to do. He's got all the time in the world. And he's happy as a lark doing that. So get out of here. Get out of our faces with that crap. We don't need it. I don't need you to try to justify having kids when you're actually probably miserable. Just stop. Just raise your kids in silence. I'm going to try to do the same, but except for I'm going to have this podcast to talk about it a whole lot. So I guess I'm not really that silent about it either. But boy, it was that moment. I looked at Huck. He kind of looked back at me like, Dad, I love you. And I looked over at Brandon, and I was like, oh man, but that looks pretty good too, doesn't it, bud? Doesn't it, bud? The Hucky doesn't that look good, dude? Wouldn't that be nice? And then he hit me. So there was that. So shout out to the non-parents out there. I'm I'm not on, even though I have kids and love them and I'm raising them and they are great and they're wonderful. You won't find me on that team that tries to belittle your life by saying the only way to live life is to procreate and raise children. Because I don't believe that. I think there's a lot of different ways. And I think there's a lot of ways to make it happy. And if you need advice on both of them, don't come to my house for the kid one. But I know there's families out there that post on Facebook about how perfect their lives are with 40 kids and it's easy and life has never been more full. So you can go find them. And if you need it without kids and you're like, oh man, I really wish I had kids, but it just doesn't seem worth it. But man, these Facebook posts about having them are making me think about it. Go talk to Brandon and he'll set you straight on your beliefs. All right. What was that? Thanks for listening. Bye.